friends, we need together build back a better and more resilient world. A union of vitality in a world of fragility, as the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has so well phrased it. We are doing that as Team Europe, and we are using the European Fund for Sustainable Development as our key tool in our global response to the pandemic. Today, I am proud to announce a final set of guarantee agreements with our Team Europe partners. The European Union, through the EFSD, is providing those financial institutions with 1.55 billion euros in financial guarantees. These guarantees aim to generate more than 16 billion euros in overall investment. This will help small businesses stay afloat. It will enable more women and young people to get loans. It will also boost the transition to sustainable green energy in Africa and worldwide. I want to thank all our partners for their cooperation and commitment.
The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in unprecedented economic and social challenges that require enhanced cooperation and concerted actions. The European voice is heard loud and clear at the Finance in Common Summit, where all 450 public development banks and willing partners are gathered for the first time ever. Together, we are identifying and scaling up the most innovative financial mechanisms to mitigate the consequences of a crisis to which African entrepreneurs are particularly exposed. This is the raison d'être of the European Fund for Sustainable Development, launched by the European Commission. The EFSD is part of the Team Europe countercyclical effort that will make a tangible difference on the ground by facilitating access to financing and crowding in private sector funds. I am honored to join this effort as the CEO of the AFD Group, which will take the lead on 6 of the EFSD programs to support sustainable development in Africa and the neighbourhood across a wide range of sectors, including rural finance, agribusiness and green energy. And as the chair of the IDFC and host of the Finance in Common Summit, I look forward to supporting ambitious and inclusive EU programs over the next years.
With EFSD, the European Commission has allowed the European Investment Bank to implement new means of development finance, crowding in private sector money through high-impact schemes such as the SME Access to Finance and the European Health Platform. The platform has the dual objective to ensure fair access to vaccines for developing countries through the COVAX facility and to foster health diagnostics in Africa with the contribution of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We thank our friends and partners at the European Commission and at DG DevCo in particular for their drive and support. We look forward to work with the Commission on the EFSD+.
Dear Commissioner Urpilainen, dear Commissioner Várhelyi, dear colleagues. Our partner countries have large investment needs that increased further due to the coronavirus pandemic. Therefore, KfW appreciates the close cooperation with the EU Commission and our financial partner institutions under the European Fund for Sustainable Development. This cooperation will strongly enhance our capabilities to finance important infrastructure and financial sector projects. KfW is one of the key partners in the implementation of EFSD. Since its inception, the EU Commission approved grants and guarantees amounting to 600 million euros to KfW projects worth more than 4 billion euros. One important initiative in this context is the 130 million euro guarantee transaction with the Currency Exchange Fund that was signed today. It is the milestone in KfW's ongoing efforts to facilitate local currency financing in developing and emerging economies. KfW welcomes the extension of the EFSD. We stand ready with our expertise, our financing power and local presence to support the EU Commission in the conception and the implementation of EFSD+.
The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development is joining forces with Team Europe. Together, we are helping the European neighbourhood face the economic challenges caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Through the EFSD guarantee programme, the EBRD, the EU and the private sector will contribute about 500 million euros of investment in the municipal sector, infrastructure and industry. We will also focus on green, low carbon and climate resilient projects. These investments will finance private companies and help them be more competitive. They will also support employment and benefit the environment. But they will also provide thousands of people with better access to services. At the EBRD, we are strongly committed to support coronavirus response and recovery in the EU neighbourhood and beyond.
On behalf of COFIDES, Spain's development finance institution, and AECID, the Spanish Development Aid Agency, I want to praise the European Commission for the EFSD initiative. This is an ambitious instrument, which is also helping implementing partners like us to become more innovative. COFIDES and AECID Guarantee Program is a pilot renewable energy initiative addressing rural electrification in sub-Saharan Africa for communities without access to energy. We expect that around 200,000 people will have access to clean and reliable energy. I want to underline that we will implement this pilot project by crowding in private investors with proven expertise in the renewable energy sector in sub-Saharan Africa. With the program, we are also trying to palliate the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on people's jobs and livelihoods, while supporting our partner countries. Finally, I would like to mention our satisfaction with this successful Team Europe type of partnership. Each of us are building on our strengths to make Team Europe for Development a reality in today's complex environment. Thank you very much.
Cassa Depositi e Prestiti is very proud to be part of the EFSD family. The EFSD is a new, creative approach to international development, allowing us to design innovative investment programs, engage with the private sector, do more with less, contribute to the achievement of the SDGs. For our institution, the youngest DFI in Europe, the EFSD has represented an extraordinary opportunity to launch new, impact-driven financial instruments for Africa. We have developed 3 programs: Inclusify to foster entrepreneurship for micro businesses and SMEs, Archipelagos to promote capital market solutions for the most dynamic companies, and EGRE to target renewable energy projects. We now look forward to EFSD+, leveraging on the strategic partnership we have established so far and that we are celebrating here today. Go, Team Europe!
The success of the EFSD instrument, which facilitates access to Africa and to European neighbourhood countries, is the result of the European Commission's strong vision and hard work. Many small businesses are still unconnected to banking and have difficulty accessing credit. In IFC, we estimate that 41% of micro, small, and medium-sized businesses in emerging markets around the world have unmet funding needs, totaling as much as $5.2 trillion in additional lending. Our small loan guarantee program facilitates local currency lending to just such small businesses in markets where lending is constrained. We provide risk mitigation across a portfolio of risk-sharing facilities. IFC shares the credit risk with partner institutions to meet financial needs of small and medium-sized businesses. In Africa, for example, IFC invested with Morocco's Bank Atlantique and is helping 8 of its country's subsidiaries expand their lending to SMEs. We look forward to developing our collaboration with the European Commission in the current context of COVID-19. The EC is a strategic partner for the IFC in Eastern Partnership countries and in Africa. We're exploring ways to bridge the financing gap for SMEs in IDA and FCS countries, particularly those owned by women and youth. In fact, the European Commission and the World Bank Group recently signed an agreement guiding the terms under which the World Bank Group will use funding from the European Union for just such projects.
At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, no one could have predicted the impact it had on the daily lives of millions of people and businesses around the world. Europe and our neighboring countries were not spared, and our economies are severely affected. Fighting off the crisis ourselves, we are also standing by our partners, as we can only overcome the pandemic together. As part of our response, the European Union has joined forces with the international financial and development institutions to leverage international public finance and unlock private investment to support the recovery. Among the tools we are using is our guarantee facility, the European Fund for Sustainable Development, launched in 2017. The new agreements signed with major partner financial institutions today bring the total guarantee amount to more than 1.5 billion euros, of which more than 500 million will be used in the EU neighbourhood countries. This will allow, in particular, access for the people to COVID-19 vaccines and recovery support for businesses. And we have no intention of stopping there. By increasing to almost 60 billion euros, the total amount of guarantees under the next EU budget, Europe plans to support public and private investments even more ambitiously. With our expanded geographical coverage, we will also open up access to more beneficiary regions, including the Western Balkans. Investing in our neighboring countries, the Western Balkans, as well as others in other emerging and frontier markets around the globe, can effectively contribute to creating more resilient, sustainable, and inclusive economies. We will work towards this goal and are ready to engage with all like-minded partners to deliver to the benefit of all.